Hey, this is Zach with Use What You Got. Today I'm joined by Randy over at Dulin Cut Trim. Very happy you were willing to give of your time today to come over. But in this video we're going to talk about this weed trimmer that I bought last year. If you didn't see my review of it, definitely go check that out. I'll leave a link in the description. And Randy's going to share with us how to properly set it up for use.
Yep.
I think I did an okay job, but
yep,
Zach, he's a professional.
Zach actually managed to set it up perfectly for me, but I'll still show you how to do this. So, like I typically mow somewhere between 1,600 and 1,800 lawns a year for my business, and so that's a lot of time spent string trimming. It's usually about 2/3 of the time we spend on a yard is holding this, and so it can get heavy after a while. And about 2 years into running my business, I started getting really bad, like tennis elbow. And so I needed to figure out how to optimize holding these machines because I do it for long periods of time. And so I did some research. Most of what I'm saying I don't think is original to me, but I don't know what source to cite, so we're just not going to. So what you want to do is the hand that's holding the trigger, you want that to hang. So you want it to hang. The only thing its job is to hold the weight of the power head and pull the trigger. That's all this arm does. And then you want your left hand to do what's controlling how high the trimmer is and where it's going. So like right now, if I hold a full grip on this trimmer and I go like that, that's going to put me a little high. Well, I guess you can't see it, but that's going to put me a little high. So what I want to do is when I'm holding the trimmer, I want to be able to adjust the height and move around without having to pick this arm up. So what you'll see a lot of people do when they're trimming is they'll bend over and they'll go like this, and they got this arm is lifted a little bit. You don't want to do that. You want to stand up straight so that your back doesn't hurt. You want this arm to hang so that you're not putting all that stress on your elbow, and then control the height with this arm, but even better yet, you want to control it with your fingers. So if I've got it high like this, if I want it higher, I'll hold it completely, but if I want to go lower, I'll drop it down to my fingertips. And you'll see actually some lawn guys, they literally will only use a finger or two fingers to hold it, and they'll just go like that. I like to use all four just because I do. And then you stand up straight, and then you control the height, and then if you have to lean more, you can lean your whole body a little bit, but that protects your back and protects your elbow. And the easy way to adjust it is just to stand there, drop it with your fingers, and then adjust this to the level that works good for you. When Zach and I were talking about this outside, I told him, like, when I first started my business, my backup trimmer actually was the Toro equivalent to this trimmer. And this is like, you know how cell phones, like in the early 2000s, the late 90s, early 2000s, were more or less indestructible?
Yeah,
it's not
Nokia.
Yeah, like they didn't. Yes, Nokia is the perfect example. Yeah. We have a mutual friend. I literally used to throw my phone at him and hit him with it in high school, and the phone was always fine. It wasn't a great phone. It didn't work amazing, but it always worked. Yeah. And that's how I've always thought about this particular trimmer. It works good enough. It's not amazing. It's not commercial grade by any stretch of the imagination, but it will always work. I used to abuse the heck out of mine. I would leave it outside and it would get snowed on, rained on. The primer bulb had holes in it and you couldn't really prime it. Yeah. Still started every single time. So these machines, in my opinion, were designed for homeowners that don't take care of their stuff. So you can really...
Now, I will say, I don't always clean it, like spray it off or wipe it down or whatever, which if you do, more power to you. But like I do keep it inside a shed or the garage, and like I do, I keep it away from the elements at least. So, yeah.
Now I will tell you one thing that what will kill this machine, what will kill all trimmers. I've never actually had a trimmer wear all the way out. Okay. But what will happen is, and I don't know how you use your string trimmer. String trimmers, all of them, are designed to be used at full throttle. Completely full throttle. Okay. Now because I'm very conscious about using gas efficiently. It's embarrassing to say, but that's literally the reason for this. I'm a trigger featherer. Okay. So I will pull the trigger down just enough to cut whatever grass is there. Oh, interesting. Now, when you do that, you don't get a full burn in the engine. And so what'll end up happening is you'll end up gunking up the muffler.
Okay.
Which yours looks fine. As the muffler gets clogged up, your trimmer starts losing power.
Okay.
The only way to fix that is to take the muffler off and either take off the spark arrestor, which technically is dangerous, or just clean it off to get all the carbon off of there. And what makes you keeping your stuff inside really good is typically what will happen for me, because I'm not as good about keeping my stuff inside, is the muffler will start to rust.
Okay.
And so when it's time to clean the muffler off, because it's all that carbon buildup, the screws will actually just break off in the engine block. And at that point, the trimmer is no more good. Keep it out of the weather and go full throttle.
Well, I appreciate your help and your advice as the professional here and your time. So thank you for checking out this video.